Hi, this is Ethan McCombs, and this is my discussion of my response to the Yellow Wallpaper. So I basically split up my response into two sections. In my first section, I talk about how Gilman communicates her message, and in my second section, I talk about how the techniques that Gilman uses to communicate the message. So basically, as I explain what Gilman's message is, I very much focus on um, the medical aspect and the civil liberties aspect of what she's trying to say. She is writing this at a time where women have limited civil liberties, and so she is trying to communicate to her audience how women should have more say in their medical treatments and just in their treatment overall. Um, and then I go on to explain the techniques she uses. So I basically focus on the structure of the story and how, as time goes on, the narrator in the story writes in simpler sentences, which I believe is supposed to mimic her deteriorating psychological state, and also how the topic of the narrator's little journal entries becomes more and more fixated on the yellow wallpaper, and how basically it goes from a passing mention to the completely what the journal entries are about, basically. Um, I also talk about the symbolism that is kind of implied but isn't really directly stated, and how the narrator sees herself as the woman stuck in the wallpaper, and about how the woman being stuck in the wallpaper is supposed to be symbolic of how she feels stuck in her situation, and how her husband does not listen to her at all and is basically forcing her into this situation. And basically she sees the woman being physically trapped and relates it to her being psychologically trapped. I'm sure she doesn't relate it to because she's in such a poor mental state, but I believe that is what Gilman is trying to communicate. So, thank you.